What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone to a spicy video about a shareholder. You probably read the story already. However, because of the match day, etc., it kind of got backed up a little bit. But I think it's worthy to talk about it because a shareholder lost his not his mind, but got really angry with the club and a bit impatient and called out the club for not being good enough and also going away from the old things. And actually, he went in on the club probably with a statement a lot of us will agree on, and that all of us were probably thinking about. Finally, somebody said that straight to their face, and everybody knows that it was said straight to their face because a shareholder talked on at the meeting and said, "Well, this is not the Juve. This is not even close to the real Juve," and he had quite a lot to say in a very short statement, but a very powerful statement. But before we get into it, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about it. Okay, so again, the shareholder meeting happened. Not a lot of technicalities and etc. News that's not very important, relevant as a fan base to talk about it. But this statement from a shareholder was strong, and I will read it out first before we dive into it. So he got the mic and he said, "What we need, what we need here is some guts. I don't even know who we are anymore. The people who are supposed to be in charge for now don't even speak Italian. Executives shouldn't be hired from other clubs. There are people around who made history here. Maybe they are just inconvenient." And that is a powerful statement because a lot of things were said in 2-3 sentences. The last sentence is very important. He said, "Well, stop hiring people from other clubs." Now, that's a different topic. I rather the club hire someone competent than giving a play. Let's say they hire Benucci to be the sporting director out of the blue. You know, I don't want that at the club. I want competent people at the club. So I disagree with that part. What I do agree with is if you want a president for the club and you don't want a puppet, but somebody who actually has a say and has a strong opinion and can per se, can get things done purely based on what he represents, like a Ferrero, then I agree. And that's his last sentence. He said maybe they're just inconvenient because they will take the spotlight away from the other guys. Del Piero, for example, a lot of talk about him becoming a president. He will never become a president if he is used as a puppet like Ferrero. And I respect him for that because why would anyone do that? Just be at the club to be a mascot. And then the club immediately reacted because Ferrero said, "Well, we have Legro, we have Tacchinardi and Trezeguet working at the club as ambassadors, puppets." Trezeguet just goes out there, vibes, watch parties, etc. It's not helping the club win, so irrelevant. Like a legend of the club for me. But with his work that he's doing is irrelevant to us winning. I don't care. I don't care that Tacchinardi goes on Romeo's channel and starts hammering on Thiago Motta, and when Tudor was doing the same thing, he's protecting his body. That's not helping the club win. Those are puppets. I don't care about that, nor should the fan base care about that, to be honest. But the club does. And that's the thing they were saying. Like, you don't like that big players at the club will have a say. That's one thing. And the other thing was a massive one as well. He said, "I don't know who we are anymore." And I would agree because who we are is a winning team. That's our history. We are not even close to winning. When I keep talking about certain players and I'm like, this is not the level. If squad players, etc., fine, but we need to improve our 11. We need real Juve worthy players with that mindset, and it's far off. And then a shot at Comoli saying, for now, we have people leading the club who don't even speak Italian. Now, I'm not too big on that. Again, if somebody's competent, he's competent, whatever. The DNA of the club has always been, well, Italian ex Juve, whatever. That's been the DNA of the club. Fine. But I don't think that is the reason why, you can have a very competent sporting director who's not Italian, but led by somebody who is maybe Italian and understands the club, etc. It needs to be a combination. Excuse me. It cannot be oh, that's why we're not winning, because we don't have an Italian sporting director or an Italian president, etc. Like, that cannot be the reason we're not winning. If you hire competent people, fine, it should be working. We're not hiring competent people. We have changed management in the last 5 years so many times, it's ridiculous. From Paratici to Nedved, Arriva Bene, Scanavino, Giuntoli, and his guys. Like, it's actually crazy that we need to talk about it every single 1 year and a half, 2 years. Well, these guys are going, these guys are coming in. Like, it's a complete mess. That is the reality of this club at this moment in time. It's a mess, excuse me. And that is something that needs to be acknowledged, and that has nothing to do with, I think, the DNA and they're Italian, because all these people I mentioned, Arriva Bene and Paratici and whoever, they're all Italians. They're all Italians, but they're not getting the job done. So that is my point. Like, it's not really that of an issue, in my opinion. It's a big picture issue. That being said, it's right, and he's right. We don't know. We don't recognize the club. That is the big thing. We do not recognize the club. We don't win, and that's the main thing of this club. Winning. Winning, like, if we were winning, nobody would care that Comoli doesn't speak Italian. Nobody cares about that. I don't care about that. As long as we win, I don't care how you win. We need to win. That is the DNA of the club. Winning. Week in, week out, trophies, big things, competing. That's what the club is about. And we are not that club anymore. If you change everything up every 2 years, it's clear that you're not a winning team. You're far off of being a winning team. That's one thing. The second thing as well is that we need people with guts. We need people, I agree, who are able and who back their own ideas in terms of, that's the decision we want to make. That's the direction we're gonna go, and we're sticking with that direction. Excuse me, because we believe in that direction we want to go. It needs to always be that. Right now you're in a situation as a club where they don't believe. They hire Motta. They don't believe in Motta. They hire Giuntoli. They don't believe in Giuntoli, and they're switching it up, trying to fix things quickly and just making it worse every single time. Nobody sticks with their decisions. Nobody's willing to back up their decisions, and that is the biggest problem, in my opinion. Stick with something and believe it and back it. Actually, it's too soon. Oh, that doesn't work. We're changing up. That's not working. Change it quickly. Quick fixes. Players for that coach. Players for that coach. That signing from that management, it's a mess. That's not how you run a winning club, a sustainable winning club. Impossible. Anyways, let me know what you think, because I think this was a cooking session from that shareholder, and I know a lot of you would agree. So in the comments, let me know, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Ciao.